So I am sitting here with the Mulligan brothers in their tour bus in New York City, right outside of Hill Country, one of my favorite venues, one of my favorite bands. And these guys are an Americana band, maybe alternative folk, not sure exactly what to call them. They sound good. But they are out of Mobile, Alabama, coming all the way up to New York. Just, guys, why don't you go around and introduce yourselves a little?
Cool. I am Ross Newell, and I play guitar and sing.
I'm Ben Lenzer. I play bass and sing backup.
I'm Graham Ray, play fiddle, mandolin, little harmonica, and sing backup as well.
Greg DeLuca, percussion and vocals.
And you guys actually have a pretty cool story behind your name.
We stole the name from the golf term. To take a mulligan in golf is to take a do-over and give it one more college try, and that's where we got our name from. We're not actually brothers, and none of our last names are Mulligan. But when we met and decided to form this band, we had such a profound agreement about certain things, so it felt much like a brotherhood, and kind of surrounded around this second chance. We had all been in bands before, and we wanted to give it another try.
And now you're on your second album, which you turned around in about a year after taking around 9 to record the first, I believe. So what changed with the process so much?
The first album, we wanted to hit the ground running, so we spent a great deal of time not even playing shows, just kind of in the tool shed, as they say, rehearsing and coming up with these songs and such. And we have gotten used to getting to travel and support a record now, so it was kind of a no-brainer that we've got to have another one of these if we want to keep on doing this. This last album we recorded in Portland, Oregon, and that helps to fast track it somewhat too. If you're across the country away from home, it's not as easy to procrastinate or push back studio dates or anything like that. We had it scheduled for a very long time, had to be there on day one and stay till day last, whatever that was.
About 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And you've been making more of a push to get on the radio this time around.
Yes, I think that was mainly a decision by our management to really, the last album, our management really liked it as well, but I think he kind of wanted a mulligan on promotion and felt like we had missed some opportunities on the first record, and so he's trying to take advantage of every opportunity he can find, I think.
And what I think sets you guys apart from a lot of bands is the lyrics. Like, there are so few bands that put out the lyrics or the quality of lyrics that you guys do. I think my personal favorite is from the new album, How I Wish It Weren't So, that our minds wear out our bodies just like shoes. What are the lyrics that stand out for you guys?
Oh, wow. Me and Greg on this record, I think our favorite from the beginning has been Calamine, and not necessarily from a lyrical standpoint as far as really great one-liners, just as much as the story that song tells. Anybody else got any?
I love all of your lyrics, Ross.
Oh, thank you, Graham Ray.
The lyric master over there. He's quite the storyteller, man. That's one of the reasons I even wanted to perform with you, man. In the beginning, I was just very fond of your songwriting.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you kindly.
Calamine is definitely one of the higher concept songs I've ever heard.
Well, thank you, sir. I don't know if that is necessarily a compliment in the song world. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to say thank you, but thank you. Yeah, either nonetheless. Thank you.
Actually, in one of your songs, one of my favorite songs of yours, you make a joke about writing a song just thoughtless enough to make the radio. So you obviously know exactly what it takes to get on mainstream radio, but why do you keep going so smart?
Another one of the things that I think we really agreed on early on is that we all have worked kind of normal jobs, if you will, and worked by day and played music at night, and we play music because we love to do it. And the reason we all worked really hard and still work really hard to let music be our full-time job is because we love it so much. If we have to compromise certain things, then we love it less. It's just inevitably going to be less enjoyable. And I think if we made a lot of those compromises, then for me personally, it would make a lot more sense just to go back to playing music when I can and digging ditches or something during the day to pay the bills and
Digging ditches,
or whatever the case may be. I was an electrician for most of my day working career, but I love it so much that it's just, I feel like it's important to it's important for there to be options. There's a lot of things that you can do to more easily gain mainstream success, but I think that you're kind of peeling away a lot of the public's options by going that route. If everybody only has that handful of songs that get played on radio all the time, then it makes the musical world a lot smaller, I think. Anybody who's just making music the way they love to make it and not compromising that, I think they're doing the musical world a service by letting there be more options. Let people, if there's people out there who are legitimately seeking a new kind of music, then put something out there for them to find, even if it's a little harder to find. It just works out good for everybody. I'm happy making that kind of music if they're happy finding it.
Who are some of the people right now who you think are doing the world a good service, the music world?
Well, I think everybody is. I don't mean to say that anybody on mainstream radio is doing something, wrong or, a lot of. I think a lot of that is organic. I think, you get inspired by a lot of the stuff you listen to, and people who, grow up listening to mostly strictly mainstream radio. It makes sense that they'd turn into musicians that write, mainstream radio music. And I really enjoy, probably my number one for some time now has been Josh Ritter. I'm a huge Josh Ritter fan. Always loved all the Ryan Adams stuff. There's a ton of them. I really, and then and some of them, Ray LaMontagne, you can hear him on a lot of radio stations around the world, and I think he's doing the world a great service, and somehow still ending up on mainstream radio, which I think is great.
Now, one of the funnier songs you've included on the new album is Bad Idea.
Okay.
How close are you getting to that bad idea?
I think I was kind of exaggerating to make a point on that song. I have no desire to slash any tires or burn any buildings, but I think that I just needed to set up those extremes to be able to say that there's a lot of everybody's just on the cusp of thinking they've got everything lined out except this one thing, but I can't feasibly take care of this without being arrested, or it's not the responsible decision. But oftentimes I think that slightly irresponsible decision is in good form, at least every once in a while. I think our last guy with a day job's been free of it for over a year or so. Right out a year. So yeah, we're doing it. It's music is our day job and our night job now. We're working harder than I've ever worked in any band. As far as it's a full-time
Day
thing.
and night, man.
Wake up every morning and ask yourself, what can you do for the band today before gig time?
Yeah.
And then do it.
And this is the dream. There's no bad idea from here.
No, this is I'm perfect. I'm really happy. I'm the happiest I've ever been musically, and if we can keep doing this, then I'll be thrilled, and I'm perfectly happy where we're at.
All right, I think that's a good place to leave it.
All right, thank you, Trevor, very much for
thanks,
having
man.
us.
Thank you.